Hello everybody, welcome to my live. It's Tuesday night again, here we are. Thank you for joining me. I'm so happy that you're joining me, either live now here or on the replay, either on Facebook or my YouTube channel. We're gonna do some winter cards, Christmas cards tonight, which is crazy because I say this every year. I get a little messed up in Texas because, you know, the high today was 89, so it's still full on summer here. It was in the 90s over the weekend. We were swimming. It's still summer. Hi, Kelly. So it's a little weird. Hi, Renee, making Christmas cards when it's still summer, but it's fine. I love that it's still summer. I do miss fall. But I've got to get going now and think holidays because Christmas is coming, Thanksgiving's coming, Halloween's a couple days away, and I need to get it together. So anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. If this is the first time watching, my name is Laura Roderick. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in San Antonio, Texas. I come live, I used to say every Tuesday, but now I feel, oh my gosh, sorry. I just saw Kelly's comment. She's saying the snow coming to Colorado tomorrow. Isn't that crazy how different parts of the country, how we're so different? I mean, wow. Isn't that crazy? I was going to say that mostly on Tuesdays I go live. I've been doing a lot of vacations and stuff. I'm not going to be live again next week because I have a business trip I'm leaving tomorrow for. So I feel like it's been a lot of craziness and a lot of traveling this past season. So we should have a long run of them in a row pretty soon. All right, you guys, every week when I do my live, I've been doing share contest. All you have to do, I'm sorry, why did I say that? I meant to say the opposite. Comment contest. So if you comment on one of my videos, thank you. If you comment on one of my videos, I enter you into a contest to win a prize. This week I'm giving away, this is coming out to customers on the 5th of November. It's the new adhesive backed heart sequins. It looks kind of funky, but they're really pretty. They're kind of flat gold, shiny sequins, and they are beautiful. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for sharing. So the winner of this week's prize was Pam Simmons. So Pam, congratulations. Thank you for commenting. Thank you to everybody who comments. I appreciate it so much. It makes it super fun. I love it. You guys, this week I want to give away some of these faux glass dots, and these are really beautiful colors. I don't know if you guys have worked with these yet, but they are absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to give these away. Like I said, I won't be live next week, but the week after I'll give these away. So please leave me a comment. That's awesome. All right, let's flip around and get started on making some fun cards. All right, so I have not solved the Facebook problem yet. I spent a lot of time. I ordered a new stand, which really I couldn't figure out. It didn't really help. So let me just see. Although I don't know, do I look closer tonight? I feel like I almost look a little bit closer. I don't know. I guess not because I can still see the little knob here. Maybe I'm just getting used to it now. All right, so let me let myself get up on Facebook on my iPad so I can see comments while I'm doing this now. Hold on one second. Let's see, there we are. Whoops, there I was. Now I'm gone. All right, let's try something else. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, you guys, we're nearing the 31st, right? It's on Thursday, so 2 days away. So there's some things that are coming to an end. I just want to remind you, the starter kit special, if you are not a demonstrator, and don't let the word demonstrator scare you, you can just be a discount shopper. You can just order one time and take advantage of this special. That ends the 31st. You get $155 worth of products, anything you want, for just $99. If you haven't really started doing a lot with Stampin' Up! Yet, but you want to maybe make some Christmas cards, then get the $155. Get yourself, you know, a few things to start with, like real red, garden green. Get some Christmas colors of stamp pads, maybe some snowflakes, just some Christmas stuff, maybe some cardstock. You know, for $155, that's a lot. You could get the little mini emboss machine, which will allow you to emboss a lot of the dies, not the embossing folders, you know, just to kind of get started. you know, and being able to make some really fun things. So there are so many perks. I'm not going to go into everything yet because I've talked about it before. You guys know what a great deal it is. It's awesome. There's never any pressure. No one has ever once said to me, hey, you should think about selling something. No one has ever said that. That's what I love about Stampin' Up, among a million other things, is there's no pressure. Nobody, it's kind of not, you know, nobody wants you to have to sell. People want you to do what you want to do, which is lovely, because I love that freedom to do what you want. Okay. Also ending the 31st, all the kits are up to 30% off. Again, this is another great way to start, because these kits a lot of times will come with a stamp set and a ink, a little Stampin' Spot, and everything you need, some embellishments, everything you need in the kit to make some really great cards. So check that out online and see what we have. Also, the Close to My Heart products, 30% off. Also, I think those are while supplies last. All right, let's get to tonight. We are going to be using the Snowy Scenes Suite. Look at some of these cards that Stampin' Up put in their catalog. Aren't they cute? Really fun colors. So we've got the stamp set, we've got the die set, we've got some snowflakes, we've got this really awesome Pool Party pom-pom ribbon. Who doesn't love ribbon with pom-poms, right? And then we have the Snowy Scenes Designer Series paper, and we've got little houses, snow globes, penguins, snowmen, just little candy canes. I haven't used this, the holly. This is one of my favorites right here with the little snowflakes. It's just so fun. I love this set. We're also going to add some other paper in here. And this is one of my favorite papers this season, is this Take a Bow Designer Series paper that goes with the Take a Bow die to actually make bows. I didn't buy the dies. I don't think I have the patience to make bows. I don't know. I'm a little bit open to it, but not right now. Anyway, I love these small patterns on the paper, and these are kind of traditional Christmas colors, so we're going to be using some of that tonight too. Okay, here's what we're going to make tonight. We've got a Let It Snow. We had to do a shaker card with this, right? These snowflakes are too awesome not to do a shaker card. And I mean, it's a snow globe, so of course it has to be a shaker, right? A snow globe has the stuff in it that floats around. And don't you think snow globes have really advanced? Some of the ones with the lights in them now and stuff, they're so pretty. All right, so we're going to do this little shaker card, Let It Snow, and Season's Greetings on the inside. We're going to do this one, and this is just, we're doing a snow globe with these little houses inside, a little scene. We've got some snow background, and there's just as a gatefold. We do this one a lot, right? So this is the inside of that card, so I think that's really fun. I guess since I feel like we're a little closer, I got to make sure I stay inside the frame tonight, right? So you can see what we're doing. Okay, this card evolved from what I started it was going to be to what I finished it was going to be. It's kind of crazy, and I'll show you some of the things along the way that I did with it. But just this Season's Greetings with this little snowy scene, which I think is really fun. We're also bringing in these trees that we used last week. So that's fun. And then we're going to make a couple of tags, because I figured, you know what, this year, if we're going to do Christmas cards, let's do some tags at the same time, because who doesn't need tags at Christmas? And these little snow globes are just so cute. And we've got a little to and from on the back, so fun, right? All right, let's put these things away and get started. Let's do the snow globe first. All right, so Snowy Wonder set, up close and personal. This is a really fun set. Lots of little trees and snowflakes. And half the stuff I did not even use. I didn't use the candy cane or any of these adorable snowflakes. I didn't use the holly and the berries. I didn't even use like the Happy New Year. So lots and lots of things to do with this. I just barely scratched the surface. Here are the dies. We've got our snow globe dies. Here's another one, so you can make the snow globe in 2 different sizes. You can cut out some of the ones I think that are in there, although I fussy cut all my stuff tonight from the paper. But we're going to be using a lot of these little dies, so I'll keep these handy so we can see them. So the other thing I brought in is, you can see, so there's just a couple sentiments in here. We're going to use these 2 sentiments tonight, but I wanted to bring in some other Christmas sentiments. And this is kind of like my go-to right now. Is, oh, Renee says she uses kosher salt in snow globe cards to make the snow. That sounds amazing. Wow, so creative. Okay, so we needed more I love this Greetings of the Season. It's a mix and match. I love the fonts. I love that you can use this big one on the inside, a couple of these big ones. So I'm bringing these in again too. This is just a great Christmas set to have. Okay, falling snow. Have you guys used this yet? So this is the first time I'm using it, and I've got it out. This is just, you know, we have the die cutting, not die cutting, embossing folder, but then we also have this falling snow stamp set. And I left my embossing folder across the room, so hold on. I just want to grab it. This is one of my favorite things because I feel like I want to put a snowy background behind everything this year. So we're going to use this tonight too. So we're going to use both of these on different cards. Okay, and then of course for the sentiment, I did bring in this fatter, smaller banner too, and this is Stylish Shapes Dies. Okay, here we go. Finally, right? Here's our pieces. What have we got? Okay, so let's start with the card base. We're starting with Real Red card base, 8.5, 5.5, score to 4 1/4. We've got 5 1/4 by 4 for the inside, and we are going to stamp on that. And then we just have our little border piece that we're going to put at the bottom. And I kind of added this as an afterthought. You don't have to put that on if you don't want to. All right, I have a piece of same 5 1/4 by 4 basic white because we're going to do some stamping on this as well. And then we've got some other pieces. Let's get to the other pieces in a minute. Let's just start with the stamping. All right, so let's do the inside first. And on the inside, we're going to stamp Season's Greetings and a snowman. So let's just start by doing that. So Season's Greetings we're doing in Real Red. And again, this is, oh, this one's all in one. I thought it was two that you put together, but this is just one. But in that same stamp set that I showed y'all. Okay, so we've got that. Let's stamp our snowman. I'm going to open a bunch of ink pads at the same time and be daring tonight and see how that goes. Now, I did just stamp this when I made the card, and then I added the strip later, so I'm just going to make it a little bit high, like right here. And then we are going to color just, I just have a pumpkin pie blend, and I just want to color in the little nose, little carrot nose on the snowman. Okay, then I want to put a hat on because I feel he looks kind of naked without a hat, right? So let me pick up enough ink on this and put his hat on right here. Okay, there, he looks cute. You could add other stuff if you want to add a candy cane or have him hold something. Now I left him just white. The other thing you could do is maybe take a balmy blue or a smoky slate and kind of do a little outline like we did with some of the ghosts and stuff in that one set. And I'll just do it just so you can see kind of what it looks like. It's up to you if you want to do it. But just add a little something. You may or may not like it. I didn't do it to the cards, but sometimes the snowman, I feel like he looks just a little bit plain. So maybe he needs something. I don't know. You could also do it like in the light smoky slate. So up to you. He looks kind of cute that way, right? I'm not opposed to that. I think it looks kind of cute. All right, so let's finish off the inside. Let's just add our strip. This is a new one. Let me get it started. A refill. I had to refill it. And we'll just put this right down here. Okay, now the inside is finished. All right, now what we want to stamp over here, we're going to do the snowman again. We're going to do the hat separate because we're going to die cut it. So there's dies for both of these if you do them separate. So snowman. Hat. We need some trees. Is that it for black? I'm going to close up the memento. We're done with the memento. All right. We do need our label for the Let It Snow as long as we're stamping. So that's the Stylish Shapes one I showed you. Let me grab that. And we're going to do Let It Snow. Is that right side up? Yes. Okay. All right. getting there. I think that's all the red. I'm really only using, I think, only 3 pads tonight, stamp pads. Real Red, Garden Green, and Pecan Pie. So I'm gonna do the larger hill or mountain, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to do that in Pecan Pie. I also tried it in some of the grays. I kind of liked it in Pecan Pie. It's like a dirt mountain, right? Let me try this again. I don't like how that white part came out on there. All right. So we've got that. Now let's stamp some trees in the Garden Green. I think these trees are really cute. Let's see. Where's the big one? So I need, whoa, I didn't pick up enough ink on the bottom of that one. We need one of these trees for this one. And then we're gonna do one of these. This is more just like lines on the tree, the small one. Okay, and then we'll do this one. So we'll have 3 different trees. Okay. All right, next, die cutting. So this is what we're gonna do. I mean, it's like a puzzle, right? Obviously you can see what goes with what. So we're gonna cut out the mountain, our cute little snowman. Ooh, hold on, I feel an avalanche coming on. Okay, snowman goes here. There's a hat. Flip that over. And then you can see there's 3 different tree dies. So we have this one that goes here, this one that goes here, the big one, right? So cut those out. And then you're also going to get a strip of Real Red cardstock. So you're going to want to take the bottom of the snow globe and die cut that too. All right. So let's get our pieces out that we've done now. So tree, snowman, this tree, this tree, and our little mountain or hill. All right, that's it. We've cut our pieces, and I think we're good to go. Let me put all these back so they don't get lost. I always worry about losing the little ones, right? All right. Put these back in so I can set them aside and not worry that they're going somewhere they're not supposed to. Okay, so there we go. We've got our pieces for that. Now we can start doing a little bit of assembly. So let's put this on the inside first and get it out of the way. Now this, you know, we've done lots and lots of shaker cards before, but the way I normally do the shaker cards is I have an outline, right, that has an edge to it, and we put it on top, and so it's kind of, you have a background and then something that goes on top. This time we're going to cut out and we're going to put the whole top in, so that's a little bit different, right? So that's what we're going to do. So I've taken, you're going to get this piece, and I believe this is 5 1/4 by 4 of the Take a Bow DSP. And you're just going to take this large die, the biggest snow globe die, and you're just going to die cut. And I've got it pretty close, pretty even, close to the top and the sides. So we've got that that's going to go right here. Underneath, we need to build our scene, right? So I have a piece of window sheet that is not badly fingerprinted yet. And this is 3 3/4 by 3 7/8, this piece of window sheet. I have a 4 by 4 balmy blue cardstock. Now I wanted to do some snowflakes in the background. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And we're going to heat emboss that. Now, if you feel like that's too much over the top, we're already using snowflakes for the shaker, you can skip this part. You don't have to do this part. You could just have a balmy blue background. But when they settle down to the bottom, like you can see here, you still got the snowflakes in the background. So that's why I did it. And I thought it'd be really fun that way. So, and it doesn't take that long, right? So we're going to take our giant stamp with the snowflakes. And we're going to take our Versamark and we're going to ink it up. Now, when I first did the first card, I did like a whole piece of this. And then, that is not Versamark. And then cut it out to the 4 by 4. But we're not going to do that. So I'm just going to kind of go like, not all the way at the top, but in the middle. Hopefully I don't screw this up by not getting enough of it inked up. Well, all right. I lied. I'm going all the way to the top. Let's just do it right. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Now you can either, maybe we'll do it this way. There's two ways you can do it. You could flip it over and stamp on here, or you could just set this down on top. And I'm going to set it down on top because I want to be able to choose kind of where I want my snowflake. So I'm just going to go right here. But then I want to make sure that I'm pressing it down really good and not moving it, because I don't want any blurred snowflakes, right? So probably the best way is just to flip it over and you get that good crisp kind of, you know, thing. I'm going to take a black and just run it over just to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Okay, let's see how that looks. Oh, good. I think that looks pretty. I pressed a little hard with my fingers too. You can see some of the paper got a little bit indented, but all right, that's okay. Let's get our white embossing powder out. Sue, hi, how are you? Hi, Sharon. Okay, let me put this like over here. And I'm just going to kind of do this in sections so I don't get powder all over the place, which I probably get powder all over the place anyway. But look how pretty that looks already. Isn't that pretty? I bet it would look really good like on a navy. We may end up doing that on another set of cards and put it like on a navy. I bet that would look really spectacular. Okay, good enough. Let's get out the heat tool. And I still got it all over anyway. So takes a minute for it to get fully heated up. You can see how I kind of indented the paper a little bit. Next time I would flip it over and do it the other way. But it's so heavy, I always worry I'm gonna like drop it on top, or I don't know. What I need to do is hook it up to the Stamparatus. Do any of you guys have a Stamparatus? And if so, do you still use it? I haven't used mine in a really long time, but it's one of my favorite tools. All right, I think we're hot enough to get things melty here. So when you do a bigger surface area, obviously it takes a little bit longer. So I don't want to jump around too much now that it's hot. And make sure I get all the areas. I hope I don't see any of this white stuff when I'm in Chicago next week. Last year I was there for Halloween, and it snowed on Halloween. So we'll see what happens this time. So it's a business trip. We're going tomorrow morning, and it's downtown in Chicago, so we'll be downtown, but I am going to go to Tinley Park to visit my kids and grandkids on Halloween that evening. Thank God the convention's only during the day, right? And so I'll go and trick or treat with them that night and go back to Chicago that night. And then the convention is half day on Saturday, so after that, I'll go back to Tinley Park and stay through Sunday. And Easton's first birthday party is on Saturday, so I'll be there for that too. So I'm excited about this trip because it's a mix, business and fun. Well, the business part can be fun too. Anyway, I think the weather is supposed to be mild tomorrow in Chicago. So, okay, now I'm messing up my window sheet. Let me get rid of all this powder. Okay. All right. Okay. So, hold on, I'm still cleaning. How can I be less messy? I don't know. All right, so decide how you want this to sit. And you can see where I had my thing, so a little bit is off there. Trying to think. I mean, it's either got to go top to bottom or bottom to top. I'm going to go this way, and this is going to be cut off anyway because we've got a round thing going, right? So I think, let me just check and make sure this is going to be fully covered. Because when I did it the first time, I cut the snow globe out of the snow. But you don't need to do that. There's no real reason to do that. So let's just go ahead and set this down because it's going to be covered up anyway. So let's put this down and we'll start building our scene on it. Whoops, come on. And I want to make sure it's kind of even on the sides. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, so let's see where we want everything to go. This is going to go on top like this. You could use either side. I don't know. What do you guys think about the stripes? Okay, so we're going to put our snowman. He's going to come probably right about here. And, oh, where's his hat? Do we have his hat somewhere? Did I pull a hat? Here's a hat. Cute. And maybe a little bit more to the side. And then we're going to do our other things here. Our mountain, our trees. Okay, so we kind of have an idea where this is going to go. So I'm just going to start putting things down. Okay, let's start with this. And you can use glue or seal to put these down. So let's put this right about here. The key is we don't want snowflakes to get stuck behind this stuff right here. I think that looks good. We're still okay, right? I probably should have gone a little bit further over. Look at my hands already. I've got brown ink all over them. Okay. Hold on. I need to clean off my hands because, come on. All right. Okay, let's do this one next. And then the last one. So many pieces, so many things you can do with this set. You could do all kinds of scenes inside your snow globe, right? All right, snowman. This one I didn't add any of the coloring, but I do need to color the nose. So let's do that. This is the dark pumpkin pie. And then, whoa, I just looked at my shirt and my pants and I'm covered with white embossing powder, so. I should have just got the glue out, right? Yep, should have got the glue out. Okay, now we've got our scene. Okay, on this side, on the inside now, we want to go ahead and put our window sheet. Let me make sure we've got most of the stuff off of it. Yeah, hold on. It requires more work. I've got embossing powder all over it. Okay, so we're just gonna glue this on right like this. All right, so I am gonna get out the glue now. Really, Lisa? She's talking about bed bugs. Chicago's the #1 city with bed bugs. Oh, that's scary. I don't like hearing that at all. Hopefully, I gotta tell you, it looks like a pretty nice hotel that they put us up in downtown. So hopefully, I guess that doesn't really matter though, does it? How nice the hotel is, they can still have bed bugs. But I think we're gonna have a beautiful view of the lake and the river. So that's super exciting. We've got to think of some things to do, you know, for the first night there. We get in pretty early tomorrow, and we don't have anything for the conference till like from 6 to 8 or something. So we need some things to do. And you would think after living in Chicago most of my life, I would know some things to do, right? Sorry about that, I bumped the camera. But not necessarily. Okay, we're gonna let this dry for a minute so you can see we're just gluing it there. In the meantime, let's get out some of these snowflakes because we've got our scene now. And we want to use some of these snowflakes. These snowflakes are fun. I love a good snowflake. They kind of feel kind of like rubbery. Have you guys felt these? They feel a little strange. I don't want to put too many. And I want to make sure that they're mostly flat on here because I did have a problem with a couple of them like being on their sides, and then I had to kind of work it out so that they weren't. And this is like half of a snowflake. We don't want that. Okay. All right. So we've got our snowflakes. We're going to put this on top. So we're going to need to put this part up with some adhesive strips. So I don't want the things to travel, so I'm going to use a lot of adhesive strips. So I'm going to kind of curve them around for this part right here. Scissors. And like I said, that's because I don't want all the snowflakes to escape and be all over in different places. But I also then want to do some like on the edges. So let me put this one up here. And it doesn't have to go all the way. I just want to have some support like in the corners. So it's going to look like a train wreck on this inside, but nobody's going to see it, so it doesn't really matter. All right, I can add this over here and just kind of close the gap right here. So yeah, this is a mess, right? But it won't matter because it's going to look really good on the other side. So let's just add some support to the corners and edges. Another little piece here. Whoops, let's go down lower. Piece here. And then just one across the bottom here. There, isn't that pretty? Okay, let's pull these off. And we're ready to put this down. I want to make sure none of the edges are sticking out too. Now, and then comes the magical time to get it lined up perfectly. Okay, this is the piece I'm worried about. Went a little bit over right here, so let's just trim that up and get rid of it. Okay. Moment of truth. Can we get it lined up now? I think we can. Really? That just flew right back at me. All right. I'm going to bring it down. Sorry. Got to see where my edges are. All right. Pressing it down. Oh, look at, I went crooked. Can I fix it before I press it down? I went crooked on this side. I don't know if you guys can see. Much betters. Okay, let me get all the around and the edges. Okay, that's it. Do we have any weird snowflakes sticking up? See how they, a couple of them kind of are standing up on their side? You can play with it and kind of work those out and it'll lie flat. See, like how I did with that one, you just kind of work it back and forth. There's only 1 or 2 left. Or what you can do is just stick something sharp in there. You know, you're taking a risk, but it'll seal back up pretty well and flatten it out that way. Okay, there we go. Cute little shaker card. Why have we got some static by our snowman's face? All right. Okay, so let's finish up. Let's put this on right here for the bottom of our snow globe. Now we're just doing some embellishing. Let's get our Let It Snow and pop it up with some dimensionals. Oh, hold on. I just have to read. Da, da, da. Okay. I'm reading Lisa's advice on these bed bugs and what to do if they have them, and she's telling me what they'll do if there's anything. Wow. Okay. That's usually not something I've never encountered that in a hotel, so hopefully this won't be the first time. Okay, let's get some of this red and white twine, and we're just going to tie a double bow. So let's just make sure this is long enough. So the weather's supposed to be pretty good. I think maybe like close to 80, like today and tomorrow in Chicago, I think, if I read right. And then it drops off a little bit and gets a little colder. But, you know, for the most part, we're going to be indoors except for Trick or Treat Day. So, but tomorrow I'd really like to get out and do some stuff in the city. It's going to be a gorgeous day. The skyline in Chicago is so absolutely beautiful. So I'm kind of excited about that. As long, you know, even though you lived there so like for so long, I never went downtown too much, right? Didn't spend a ton of time downtown. I've been to all the museums, you know, all that kind of stuff. But don't usually spend a lot of, and a lot of times if I was going downtown, I'd want to go down for shopping and stuff too. Glue dot for this. I love to go to Water Tower. Of course, you know, there's an American Girls store there, so love to do that. I'm not going to be doing that this trip, I guess, but that's super fun. Okay, we've got our cute little bow at the top. Now let's add more snowflakes. You guys, these are still in online exclusives. These beautiful adhesive back snowflake assortment in these different colors. So we're just going to add some of those to our snow globe just to accent the bottom a little bit. So let me get this. So we'll do, there's 3 different sizes and we'll do all 3. We'll do a large and a small, and then we'll find a medium one too. Now, you guys know I always offer the kits every week. Let me move this one down a little bit. So if you place an order of $35 or more with me, and that's through Saturday the 2nd, then I will send you a kit to make these cards for free. And I include the embellishments, the ribbon, the twine, everything, so you can, you know, make your cards. Let's add some of the rhinestone basic jewels just to the center of the snowflakes. So here's the host code for this week if you want to place an order. And I will send this to you so you can get going on your Christmas cards. Sometimes it's a little shortcut to have a kit, right? And you can just, I like to cut a couple extra so I can make a couple extra too. As I get ramped up on the Christmas cards here. Okay, is that everything? Have we done it all? I think we did. So there we go. First card finished. Cute. You know what? I really decided I really like it with the little blue outline. What do you guys think? You like the outline? I kind of like that. Okay, card number 1 finished. Let's go into this one. All right, so this one right here, I was in love with this paper, and I was just trying to figure out what do I want to do with this paper, and it just kind of morphed into, you know, a comfortable old standby, which is the gatefold card, and that's what I did because I want to kind of just showcase this little snow globe, which I thought was really cute. So let's get started on this card, and on the inside, I think I already showed you guys, just says, may your holiday season be filled with warmth and cheerful celebration. And we just have the little paper inside there too. So, and I got to use, I really wanted to use this pom-pom ribbon because it's so darn cute, right? And a little bit of pool party. So that's what we're going to do for this one. Okay, thank you. I'm still reading more about this. Lisa, And Lisa was saying she was in New York. Ah, thanks, Lisa. Okay, you guys, for this one, we're also adding in the Countryside Corners dies, all right? 2 different sizes for this. Here's our pieces. Pool Party for Christmas. Yes, please. 8.5, 5.5. And we're scoring at 2 1/8 on both sides, folding it down in the middle like this. All right. 5 1/4 by 4 for the inside of the card. We have 2 pieces of 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. Those pieces are going to go here. Let's do it now. Look at these cute little snow globes on the back. I've never been a huge fan of primary colors. So even though there's garden green in here, I still like it a lot. And of course, you know, I like the reds and greens at Christmas, so I guess I really can't say I'm not a fan of primary colors, but it's probably never a first choice for me. Okay, there we go. There's the outside. Let's start building on here. So like I said, I took the Countryside Corners dies, and I've got these 2 pieces right here, Pool Party, and then this one is in basic white cardstock. And then I've taken that beautiful, beautiful embossing folder and ran it through. And that's how I got kind of a snowflake background to put our snow globe on top of. We have got a piece of 1 inch by 10 1/2. This might be 11 right now. Sometimes I leave it longer. Sometimes I cut off the other 1/2 inch, and I might trim it up as we get started on the card and wrap it around. This little piece is for the inside, right, after we stamp on here. So I'll put that aside. This is going to be die cut again for the bottom of our snow globe. So we've got that. And then I just have a piece of this paper, and I probably didn't show you guys the paper, but you did see it in the catalog, right? The snowy scene. So I'm just taking a piece of this, and I just kind of cut out a square of what house scenes that I want, and then we're going to die cut it with the snow globe. How easy would these cards be just to cut these out, right? And I would assume you can cut these out with the dies. Let's check and see, because that would make it easy. You could just slap these on a card, put a sentiment, and you're done, right? So yeah, you could cut this out. You just have to cut it out in 2 different pieces, right, to do your snow globes. So, I mean, that's like ready-made cards right there, a whole sheet of them. So that's super easy. But we're not doing anything easy, right? We like to do a lot of steps, lots of fun stuff. Okay, look at the cute little penguins. I ended up not using penguins after all. The snowmen that already have the hats and the earmuffs and stuff. I mean, this is just the cutest paper, and nice, nice, you know, regular Christmas. Look at snowflakes on the, what is that pink, you guys? Petal pink. All right, so anyway, what I'm trying to say, long story short, is I just took a square of this, and I'm going to go ahead and cut out with the snow globe die right there. Let me get out my little mini machine, and we're just going to send it through. Now this piece looks a little bit short, but keep in mind the bottom part's going to go over it anyway, so if it doesn't go all the way down, it's not going to matter. And I think I kind of want the mountains showing a little bit, so I'm going to put it like right about here. All right. Let me get a little piece of Post-it tape so it doesn't move. Okay, much easier. Let's put a flatter one on the bottom. You keep getting in the way. Yeah, I think this little die cutting machine would be perfect in a starter kit just to get started. And like I said, you can do a lot of the different sizes of dies, just not the really big ones or the embossing folders. And by the way, if you get the kit, I do emboss for you. So your piece is going to come embossed already on this basic white. Okay, now we've got our cute little snow globe cut out. And it looks like I went a little short on the top, but I actually don't mind it looking like that. I think it looks fine. Okay. So let's just, before we start building, let's do our stamping. We're gonna stamp Happy Holidays in Garden Green on the bottom of our snow globe. I feel like there was a major avalanche over here. Things look a little bit messy. So Happy Holidays. From the stamp set, that's 2 separate stamps that I just lined up on here and then picked it up with my block. Okay. And then on the inside, I did that big greeting. I still feel like I'm sitting in a bunch of this white embossing powder. You know, I have the tray that comes with the embossing kit. I should use it. All right, isn't that a pretty stamp? I love that one. All right, let's put our strip down, and then our inside can be finished. All right, a little trim, my scissors. All right, put that on the inside. All right, let's do the belly band next. There we go. So I'm just gonna start here, and I wanna keep it snug as I bring it around. Lined up so it matches, and it looks like I can trim a little bit more off of here, right like that. Okay, and let's add a little bit of adhesive right here. If you go over, it's not going to matter because it's going to be covered with something else. All right, there's our belly band. I'm just going to take my what do you call this, thingamabob, and make it a little more crisp on the sides, okay? And that's nice and tight, but goes up and down pretty easily. So I think that's just how we want it. All right. So before we assemble and put this on, we want to put that beautiful ribbon. Do you guys have some of this ribbon? Isn't it pretty? I love the colors. It is just beautiful. So we're just going to go across and put this down. So, but I do want to put it in place with some seal. So I'm just going to try and stay in the middle and put this down here. The ends do not have to meet. Let's see how straight I can go across here. My guess would be not very straight. Nope. But it's wide enough. We've got enough room for error here. All right, and then this last bit in the front, you can see I was tying a bow with it, so it's a little bit wrinkled. Again, doesn't have to meet up, not worried about it. And that just makes the belly band that much prettier. Okay, now we're ready. So one thing, if you wanted to, you could cut the pom-poms off right here because they're not going to show anyway, and they kind of get in the way. I didn't do that. What I'm going to do is just take some dimensionals, and I'm going to put some in the middle. Just like this. And then I'm going to add a little bit of strip on the top and the bottom just for a little more added security. So let me just cut some strip from here. I'll be wondering where that is later. Okay. Just on the top and the bottom. I want it to be really secure and all even. If you use the other strips, they're just a little bit fatter. You know, the ones we used on the shaker card. They're a little bit taller than our dimensional strips, so I didn't want to use those. So I'm just cutting a bit of the dimensionals. Okay, this is all ready for us to put our pieces on, but let's build the front out before we set it down. So let me put this aside for a second. Okay, so obviously this just gets set down on this, right in the middle. What I thought would be really cool but this is just a little bit too wide, was to cover it with a little bit of packing tape to give it that, you know, glossy, glassy look. But you can see the packing tape is just a little bit, it's not quite wide enough for this. So now you could trim it down a little bit and see if you wanted to, but then, I don't know, we're manipulating it a lot. So I'm gonna put dimensionals and get this going up here. Move some of this stuff. I've got too much stuff. But I think we will try the packing tape when we do the gift tags on those little snow globes. Let's give it a shot and see how it looks. See if it looks like glass then. Because I can't put window sheet on this either, because where am I gonna make it stick where it's not gonna show, right? Although, I mean, technically, if I put window sheet over this, I could do a bow at the top and have this other piece down here, so maybe you wouldn't see it, right? But I didn't think of that till now, so. Okay. Happy holidays. This will get popped up too. Let me just add a little bit of adhesive to the top. It's gonna be time for new dimensionals soon. All right, did anybody start their Christmas shopping yet? I've bought a couple things so far. All right, there we go, like that. All right, now we can just set this on top, right? Do I have this in the middle? And it can be a little bit more towards the top, I feel like. And this, like right about there. Okay, I'm not crazy about this little piece of tree or whatever it is here. I kind of cut it a little crooked too, but I'm sure you'll do better when you do yours. Now, you could take some more of that pool party ribbon and do the bow right here. Let me show you how that would look. I felt like the bow was a little bit big for that. I don't know, you guys tell me what you think. And so that's why I went with the white, which is from the white frayed ribbon, which is also a little bit fuzzy and warm and nice. So I just went with the white, but I could have also just done the bow with this. Let's see what this will look like. Because I do love this ribbon. But I don't know, I felt like it was just a little bit too much. You guys tell me what you think. You know, to put that right like that. Or do you like the white? I don't know. Let's try this one. Let me put some glue dots. I might like this better actually now that I'm looking at it. Okay. So I don't want it to cover up the happy holidays either. I should put it right over there. Let me just put it on the side. I think that's what I did with the white, was I put it all the way on the side. All right. And that's it. We're done. Oh no, let's put some snowflakes on again. We need snowflakes. Need more snowflakes. Okay, let's see. We just have room for a medium and a small one on here. So this one here, a little bitty one. And a couple of rhinestones again. All right, now I think we're done. Okay. So what do you think? You guys, I think I like the pool party bow better. What do you think? Hold on, this one's falling apart. I don't know. Anyway, card number 2, we're finished. We did it. All right. All right, thanks you guys. Let's go on to the next one. So this card right here, hold on, I have to uncross my legs because I think my legs are falling asleep. So this card really morphed. When I first started this card, I wanted to be one of these cards that opened the other way, and when you open it, you had the 3 little things kind of sticking out. But really, instead of 3 things, there were kind of only 2 things. So I started out with some circles, and I did the little snowman, I did the blue, and I stamped the snowflakes, and I did around the edges, and I did a little penguin. But then I was kind of at a loss for the third thing. I had the house. So I don't know, I wasn't really feeling that. So then I started just, all right, let's just make it a scene card like this. And then I started doing the scene, and I thought, let's pull in those trees from last week. Remember, we did the white on the colored background. So I started with white and the snowman. And then I didn't like the white. I thought, let's bring some brown in to kind of balance this little house here. So then I nixed this and said no. And then I decided I didn't even like the snowman on there because he was kind of bigger than everything else. And so that's how I ended up with this right here, with just a little scene with trees and houses. And I threw a couple presents in to kind of break up the red. So that's kind of where I landed with that one. All right, I need to get a drink real quick. Okay, you guys are saying pool party for the bow. I agree with y'all, for sure. Okay, let's move some things out of the way. All right, so you guys remember last time we did the Frosted Forest, and so I took the dies, this die right here, you can see I still have the pecan pie sticking in here, to use these again. Now, if you get the kit, I'm going to die cut this for you already, in case you don't have this. So, I'll die cut, so you'll get it already die cut in the pecan pie. And you guys, last week I said I was extending the host code from last week because the Frosted Forest masks were on back order. So first they were supposed to be here like the 20-something, and I thought, okay, good, that's in time for my live. And then they changed it that week, and it wasn't going to be till the 28th, right? Which has come and gone. Now it's going to be November 4th. So I'm still going to keep that host code open in case anybody wants to get the Frosted Forest set that we did, but you want to wait and make sure you really have the stuff. Okay. Also, another one of my favorite sets this year, Unbounded Love Dies. We're going to use this right here for the greeting. All right. That'll be die cut for you and your kid as well. All right, here's our pieces for this card. This card's pretty simple. We're just doing some simple layering. Whoa, let's not lose that. All right, so let's see. I've got a piece to do some stamping on. We're gonna do the house and the trees. All right, our card base we're doing in real red again. So the standard measurements, 8.5, 5.5, square to 4 1/4, 5 1/4 by 4. This is going to go this way. So we've got this little piece on the inside. We're keeping the inside simple on this one. So let's just put it down. And then you can put whatever greeting you want, or no greeting if you just like to write a lot in your cards. I thought this was a really pretty Christmas card. A little, I don't know, the font, I don't know, I feel like it's just maybe a little bit country-ish, right? Okay, so then we've got layers. This is from that paper that I was talking about, which is the Take a Bow. So this is 5 1/4 by 4. I'm sorry, this is not. I'm lying. It's just a tiny bit bigger. It's 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. So I wanted a little bit narrower of a red border here. Okay, just like that. Isn't that pretty? I love that. Okay, next layer, we're gonna layer up our scene. So we've got our real red, and this is 5 by 3 3/4. All right, then I took a piece of basic white cardstock, and this is 3 5/8 by 4 7/8, and I ran it through that same embossing folder again. So we have, we're gonna build our scene on this, and then we'll pop this whole thing up to the on our card at the end. So because it's embossed, let me use a lot of seal on this, and we'll put our backdrop down with snow. I wonder if I'll see any snow this year. Maybe at Thanksgiving, if I'm planning to go to Chicago again for Thanksgiving. I don't know. I don't mind seeing a little bit of snow. I don't like seeing it in San Antonio because it causes all kinds of issues, but... All right, now I've got this little strip here, and this is going to kind of go across the bottom and kind of be a snowdrift. So I'm just going to take some scissors and just kind of, you know, make it a little snowdrifty, a little wavy, just like that. Okay, now if you're making this card without the kit and you're going to cut this out, it's probably a good idea to use some adhesive sheets on it because it's much easier to get it to stick that way. But I'm going to do things the hard way tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and none of this brown is going to show. So it doesn't matter if it's the right size or not. I'm going to try, you know what I'm going to do? I was going to do liquid glue, but if you guys remember a long time ago, I used to always use my little glue pen. I'm going to do that because I feel like it's less messy. So this is the Zig 2-way glue pen, and hopefully it's not dried up. Otherwise, I'm going to have to open a new one. Looks okay. So you can see it just goes on much easier. This is not something that Stampin' Up sells. I get it on Amazon, and I used to use it all the time, and then I started getting a little bit better with the liquid glue, and I could just use liquid glue on this, but in the interest of being fast, let me just do this. All right, let us put that on our scene. So right about here, I'm going to go to the almost to the bottom here. And it's going to be covered up with our snowdrift. And then I don't want this part right here. So I don't know, did I give you the dimensions of the piece for the snowdrift? I don't think I did. I think it was 1 inch by 4 7/8, the same size as this, 4 7/8. So I want to make sure it goes across neatly like this. Okay, so we can go ahead and put that down. Making sure I'm not missing any steps here. I hate when I go out of order and mess things up. This is just, I feel like this is just a hair short. Okay, let's get out some Wink of Stella and make our snow kind of glistening. Let's just drag some Wink of Stella across here. And as it dries, it's going to get really sparkly and pretty. You could add a little sparkle to the trees too if you wanted to. Let me press these down so they start to dry on here. What happens when I use the liquid glue on the trees like that is I kind of get it all over and it just doesn't look that good. Okay, can you see the sparkle of the Wink of Stella? All right. Now, stamping. Let's do our stamping on here. What do we need for this? We need a house. So we have this cute little brown house. Pecan pie. So we need that. We need some of the trees that we did before, right? So we need 2 of the larger trees we stamped before. We did 1 of these trees and then we stamped off. So let me show you that. So we're going to take this one right here. We're going to stamp it and then stamp it off. So we have a lighter tree also. And then we're just going to stamp this one like we did before in the garden green also. Then we're going to take some real red and do some presents. So these presents are really cute. So let's add a couple of red presents. You can see I was starting to run out of blocks because I had so many stamps out at the same time. All right, so we've got a couple of good presents. So take your dies, die cut all that stuff out. So we've got our house, our 2 big trees. We have 2 presents, our stamped off tree, our kind of outliney tree, and then our other tree, okay? So we've die cut all those pieces. This will come die cut in your kit, and we're going to stamp Season's Greetings on this in real red. And then that's it. We'll assemble this card and be all set. So this card doesn't take too long to make. Yeah, I could see making a bunch of these. Season's Greetings. And on the inside, just left it blank. Look what I just did. That's not cool. I'm going to have to take my sand eraser to that later and just scrub that right off of there. Okay, so let's finish building. Let's use a little bit of glue this time. because I think it'll stick a little bit better to the embossing. So let's start by putting our one tree. Okay, all you guys get off. You can see the Wink of Stella is really starting to shine now. So I want it to be a little bit under the snowdrift, so like right here, I think would be good. Our house is going to get tucked under a little bit right here, also with some glue. Are any of you guys dressing up for Halloween, or are your grandkids dressing up? I want to hear about anybody's good costumes that they have. Okay, we're going to start popping up a bunch of stuff now. All right, so let's pop up this tree first. They have, you know, at work, people dress up too. I mean, not so much in the surgery center, you know, that I'm in charge of, because obviously you can't wear a costume in the operating room, right? That's not cool. But in some of the clinics and the offices that are across the street, everybody dresses up and decorate the pods, and it's pretty cool. They do a good job on Halloween. But our office people, our office staff at the surgery center can dress up if they would like to. All right, so right here, a little present. Now let's just add our other trees. This one's overlapping a little bit, so let me add just a tiny bit of glue on this side, and then a dimensional. Come in. All right, one here. For the live. Okay, and then let's sneak in one more little dimensional. I'm gonna, oh, this is perfect. I've got like a half of one here. So I'm gonna use this one right underneath here to put the present. That worked out just fine, and a little bit of glue on top. All right. There we go. And we'll pop up our sentiment. And then we might be done. Do you think we're done? We might be done with this one. And then I could have just done 3 cards. Sometimes I just do 3 cards, but I thought, let's do some tags tonight too, because we're gonna need tags. All right, more dimensionals, lots of dimensionals tonight. You don't have to pop this layer up if you don't want to. I'm just gonna use some of these scraps up. So getting to the end here on my dimensionals. Some of these cards are not looking so pretty on the parts you can't see, right? It's okay. No one needs to see that. There's my thing. Let's just start pulling some of these off. All these little pieces, that's off. Okay. All right, what do you guys think of this card? I think we're done. There was so much going on, I didn't feel the need to add any ribbon or embellishments or anything. So, cute little winter scene, right? Kelly, is this what it's going to look like in Colorado tomorrow with the snow? Do you like the snow? Just wondering. Some people love the snow. I love looking at beautiful snow. It's good for like a day or two. It's really pretty. If you can stay inside by a warm fireplace, it's amazing, right? Okay, lastly, let's do a couple tags. So we're going to be using these to make our tags. This is Something Fancy Dyes. I think it's still on I don't know if it's online exclusives or in the other catalog. But anyway, I'm using these two dies to cut out, make some tags with. Okay, so here's some pieces. I'm giving you some pieces to make 2 tags. These are super easy. They only take a minute. Okay, so the bigger piece on Real Red. Then just take some of the DSP, and we've die cut the next largest piece, and we're just going to put these down. Pull these out so we can see them as we're working. And we're going to do a to and from on the back. And so the to and from on the back is also in that set of stamps that we're using. So let me show you real quick. There's a lovely to and from in Greetings of the Season. So I've just lined that up on a stamp, and we're going to stamp it. I think I did it in red. I did it in green. Let's just do that. And these, you can see these come together really, really fast too. Let's find the to and the from. There it is. Okay. Aren't those pretty? I love the font on that. It's just really elegant. Super fast. Put these on the back of our tag. The longest part of these little tags is doing the fussy cutting. What have I done? Somehow got a little bit of green on there. It's fine. Take just a regular size hole punch. And we're going to go all the way down right to the middle of the green. And punch our holes there. Now, I said, let's see. Okay, now we need a couple of snow globes. So they come in different sizes. I'll give you a couple of these in your kit. Let's see if we can make the tape thing work this time. Is it wide enough? We might have to go the other way. So let's cut it in half. And we'll do them individually. All right, this is highly experimental. See if I can get a piece that doesn't have fingerprints on it. And just set this down like that, and then we're going to cut it out. And then it looks kind of glossy and glassy, right? Try not to get any wrinkles like I did. And then we're just going to cut it out. Although really the bottom part shouldn't be glossy, so I didn't really think that through. I could have just put it up to this piece, but are we going to get crazy? I don't know. I don't think anybody's going to be like, hey, that bottom part shouldn't have been glossy. All right, and then just fussy cutting this out in a not so perfect circle. There's one. Let's do the other one. So I will not be here next Tuesday, but we'll be doing more Christmas cards after that. I'm thinking of doing the reindeer days next time. There's so many Christmas sets to choose from that I'm kind of at a loss for which ones I want to do first. But I feel like we're going to do all Christmas now for the next few weeks. Okay, let me hold these up a little closer so you can kind of see. Can you see? There's a little bit of gloss to them. I don't know. I think it adds a little something. Let's pop these up. Do I have any dimensionals left? A couple. All right. Let's do this one on here. Well, I hope you all have a happy Halloween. I hope you all have good weather where you are. Okay, time to embellish. Let's take a little bit. Oh, apparently I didn't pull any ribbon. I know I had finished one off, so let me grab a new roll of ribbon. Hold on for a second. Okay. Oh, Renee says the bottom of the snow globe can be made of glass, so it's okay, LOL. Thanks, Renee. That's awesome. Okay, I thought this was a pretty choice for this. Add a little bit of sparkle. So we're just going to take a couple pieces that are long enough, and we're just going to send it through our hole. And then we're just kind of doing a little bit of a slip knot here. And then it can go around these little sides of the scallop. And then we're just going to trim it up. So there's one. Let's do the other one. Do you guys normally do a lot of homemade tags for Christmas? I like my tags to match my wrapping paper. So you could even, if you're doing tags to match your wrapping paper, you could make this tag and this part right here, use a little bit of the wrapping paper, die cut a little bit of the wrapping paper that you're using for the present, and then you'll have a matchy-matchy tag for your presents. And then if you really want to get creative, you could use the take a bow dies and make your own bows. I'm lucky if I even get the presents wrapped before Christmas, I feel like. I don't know. I can never be organized enough to get things done. All right, more basic rhinestone jewels. I've got lots of little pieces left over from the stuff, so we'll start using those up. And I think this just adds a little bit of sparkle and fun to these. Makes them just a little bit fancy. So we're just throwing 5 of these on here. Whoops, get on there. This is 3. All right. Thanks for joining me, you guys. I love spending Tuesday nights with y'all. I appreciate it a lot. Okay, now we've got some fun tags. Look at all these tags. Fantastic. We're all set, right? Okay, let's bring back what we did tonight. So we have our shaker cards that we started with. So those are super fun. And then we did our gatefold cards. I don't know why this one keeps sliding down. A couple of gatefolds with a couple of different ribbon choices. We did our little snowy scenes card, and then we did a couple of tags. So that is our class for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you would like the measurements, I have a project measurement and supply sheet. This will go out in an email tomorrow. Hold on one second, I have to just read. If you don't get the plastic around the ribbon, you can just pull it from underneath and the ribbon will stay in place. Yep. Okay, so this will be in tomorrow's email if you're on my email list. If you're not on my email list, you don't want to be, that's fine. You can still just email me and I'll be happy to send the measurements to you. So I have that going. I got to get this email done so I can finish packing tonight. Paper Pumpkin, don't forget about Paper Pumpkin. It's till November 10th. You can get this Filled with Joy one with the cute little stockings. And then don't also forget, if you're looking for something to order, these 2 new kits this month, right? The Alpine Air Kit and the little Look Back Journal Kit. So really fun stuff. Lots of fun products to look at. All right, you guys, I won't be here next week. I'll see you in 2 weeks. You guys have a very happy Halloween, and we'll do more Christmas next time. Thanks for watching, y'all. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.